When you are making plans for how to get involved in Thy Kingdom Come, have you included toddlers in your ideas? Maybe you have prayer stations set up in your church, or maybe you have creative prayer activities for people to get involved with. But whether you're a church leader or a parent, it can be really tricky to come up with prayer activities and prayer ideas that toddlers and young children can get involved in. But we should want to include our whole church community in our prayers and in our plans for Thy Kingdom Come, from the very oldest members of our community to the very youngest. So today I wanted to share some ideas for toddler-friendly prayer activities that you could use during Thy Kingdom Come. Now, I am a first-time mum to a 14-month-old daughter. She's 14 months old at the time that I'm filming this, so she is definitely on the younger end of toddler. She's only just 1. And I don't really know what you're meant to count as toddler, but she's definitely towards the younger end, just kind of out of being a baby. And these are all ideas that I either already do or would do and would like to do with my daughter. So some of them may lean a little bit young, but you could definitely adapt them for slightly older toddlers, and hopefully you'll find something helpful in this video. Now, if you've never heard of Thy Kingdom Come before, a quick recap. This is a global prayer movement that runs from Ascension to Pentecost. So in 2023 it started on the 18th of May, and it's a movement that encourages Christians all around the world to pray Thy Kingdom Come, for God's kingdom to come here on earth. And I will link my whole playlist with videos about Thy Kingdom Come and different prayer ideas and prayer reflections for the days of Thy Kingdom Come down in the description for you to check out. But let's get into the ideas. Idea number 1 is to use the Lord's Prayer. Thy Kingdom Come is literally a line from the Lord's Prayer, so this is a great place to start, to really build the Lord's Prayer into your toddler's life. And you can use it in so many different contexts, at church, at home, as part of your bedtime routine, during the day. You can use actions, which is what we do with our daughter. We have actions for the Lord's Prayer that we use each night with her just before bed. But as I said, you could do this however you like. The idea is just to get into the habit of praying the Lord's Prayer with your toddler, getting them into the habit of this prayer, hearing this prayer in different places, and starting to learn it for themselves. Idea number 2 is thank God for ... And the idea here is to use their toys to come up with different ideas for things to pray about and to thank God for. You could do this as a prayer station in your church or at home. And the beauty of this is that you can use the toys that they already have, whether it's soft toys or wooden toys or plastic flashy dangly toys, whatever you have, you can use these things to help you pray. So let me just grab a couple of examples from Georgia's toy box. If you're anything like us, you definitely have some soft toy animals around the house, and maybe you could pray for the animals that they pull out of their toy box, and thank God for giraffes, and maybe you could pray for charities that help look after giraffes, and zoos that look after giraffes, and that kind of thing, and be inspired by the animals that they choose. Or maybe we have a little rainbow and a little cloud wooden toy. This is like a pull along wooden thing. And maybe you could pray about the story of Noah's Ark and the rainbow. Or maybe you could pray for the weather and for rainbows and clouds and sunshine. Or maybe you have some little musical instruments and you can pray and thank God for music and sounds, and pray for the musicians that you know, or pray that you'll be able to learn an instrument. All of those kind of things can be inspired just from a few toys that you might have in your house. And I think especially for older toddlers, this can really give them a sense of control over what they're praying about, because they can choose what toys they want to play with, or choose what toys can inspire the prayers, and you go from there. So you're letting them lead the way. Idea number 3 is we're going on a bear hunt. And this is an idea I came up with a little while ago, and I have a video that shows it in depth and kind of how to do it in a leading prayers in church type setting. And you could do it that way. You could do it leading prayers for your whole congregation or for a small group, or you could do it at home as part of your family prayers. But the idea is you take the story of we're going on a bear hunt and about these different obstacles that you face, and you think about those different obstacles, and you also think about praying before you go through these obstacles, and using that to kind of inspire your prayers and lead you on a journey. Idea number 4 is praying the 10 Commandments. And this is an idea that I was taught in one of my previous churches. And again, it could be used in your family prayer time or leading prayers for your whole church. But the idea is that you go through the 10 commandments and use each of them as a launching point for your prayers, to inspire your prayers and pray about each of the 10 commandments. And there are actions for each of the 10 commandments too. And again, I have a whole video going through that and showing you all of the different actions and giving you some ideas for each of the 10 commandments, what you could pray about. And I'll link that down in the description below. Idea number 5 is to pray for what you see. I think one of the best ways to do this is to go out for a prayer walk. Whether you go as a family or as a bigger group in your church, get outside and go for a prayer walk. And when you're taking a toddler or a young child, a really great way and simple way to do this is just to pray for what you see. As you're exploring, look around you, look at the things that you see going past you and pray for them. Whether it's an animal or a bug that you see on the ground, or whether it's a person that you walk past, or a building that you're stood outside. You can keep it really simple, you don't need to be complicated about this. You can just look at what you're seeing around you and pray for those things. And idea number 6 is drawing prayers in the sand. And I really like this concept of drawing prayers in the sand, partly because only crazy people can draw really well in the sand. For most of us, we just kind of draw shapes and blobs, so you don't have to be amazingly artistic to draw in this way. And this is an idea that you could use at home if you've got kind of just a little pot of sand, or you could do it as a prayer station in your church, or you could do outside, or if you're going to the beach, even better. And the idea here is that you can just draw your prayers in the sand, or you can write words in the sand, or you can simply just point to things with arrows in the sand and pray for those things. And as I said, the beauty is you don't have to be amazingly talented, and you can just brush away your prayers once you're finished. So if they're really personal, or you're not quite sure what you want to pray for and you just want to kind of allow God to guide you, you can just kind of start and you can just rub it out if you need to, or start all over again. There's so much freedom about how you do this and what you want to do. And particularly with a toddler, it could be them drawing, or it could be you drawing, or it could be a mixture of both, depending on how they want to do it. But it gives them some freedom to express themselves and express what they want to pray about. Or for you to lead the way and to suggest things and draw things and point to things that perhaps you could pray about together. Do let me know in the comments, are you going to try any of these ideas out with your toddler or toddlers in your church? Or what toddler-friendly prayer activities do you enjoy using? But we hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos from me and Arnold. We create videos every Saturday encouraging Christians to pray with confidence and creativity. And if you are interested in seeing more about how we turn "we're going on a bear hunt" into a prayer idea, don't forget to check out this video right here. And we will see you very soon for a new video. Bye!